All right, welcome back to our series on emotional intelligence. This is the third video of that series. If you haven't seen the first two, I'd encourage you to go back and do that so that you have some context into this video. So today, we're going to continue talking about the different models as far as EI goes. And today's about the ability model, which, and this is going to shock you, is about different emotional abilities. So, the ability model focuses on the ability to perceive emotion, use it, understand it, and manage it. Those are the four key abilities as far as emotional intelligence goes. Now, emotional intelligence is very useful as far as leadership goes, and obviously I'll be talking about leadership throughout the video and how these different abilities obviously play into the leadership situation. So, let me give you an example of not being able to perceive emotion very well. Have you ever been with a person who is socially awkward, who doesn't take social cues that well? Okay, that's a person who does not have the first ability in the ability model, the ability to perceive emotions. Okay, that means that that person maybe can't read the room, to use a slang phrase, right? So, ability one, perceiving emotion. Very basic. It's the ability to detect changes or just detect at all faces, like I'm upset, I'm happy, like that kind of stuff. Some people can't literally understand what that means because they lack the ability to perceive emotions. It also, and this is extremely important as far as leadership goes, it's the ability to detect emotions in yourself. So, for example, a leader is able to look at themselves and go, okay, I'm not having a good day, how am I going to react to this? Or I'm having a great day, how am I going to use that? Okay. Also, from leadership of teammates or employees, if you're able to perceive what's going on with them that day, now you can more effectively lead them. Situational leadership. If one of your star performers is having an off day, and it's obvious they're having an off day because you can perceive their anger, sadness, whatever, you can now more effectively lead them because you can adjust. Like, hey, what's going on? How's everything going at home? Like, those kind of questions come out of you being able to perceive a change in their emotions in that case. So, the second of the four key abilities here is the ability to use emotions, okay? It's the ability to harness your emotions or someone else's emotions to promote cognitive activities like thinking, okay, like brainstorming, that kind of thing. If you can look inside yourself and go, okay, I'm feeling this about this, and let's say it's a problem, and you've perceived that, okay, I don't like what's going on, now you're more apt to be able to think through the issue and solve the problem than if you were unable to recognize the fact that you didn't like what was going on. How are you going to then solve what's going on? It's the same thing with your employees or teammates. If you see something's going on, now you can take that and you can make decisions based on that to more effectively lead that person or that team. It all goes back to being able to perceive the emotions that are going on. So, the next key ability is understanding emotions. Okay, so emotions are their own language, really, if you think about it. If someone can say a lot without using any words at all, you don't have to know someone else's language. Like, let's say that you're in a foreign country. You know if someone's angry most of the time, right? They don't have to, they could be saying something to you in a normal tone, but you could see their face and know, or see their hand gestures, which I know I use a lot of them. You can easily see that something's going on with that person. The same with a smile, the same with a frown. Like, that is understanding emotions. You perceive something is going on, now you understand what it is. There's just such a wide variety of emotions. I mean, that's not just happy and sad. There's like different levels of all of them, and a leader has to be able to at least try to understand what those things are so they can better react to the situation that they're in. So they know that an employee who's normally pretty happy is kind of sad today. Okay, I know that their performance is probably going to suffer today. How can I account for that? How can I compensate for that with other team members? And also, what do I have to do to bring that person back to the level that they're at, if there's anything that I can do at all? And lastly, managing emotions, okay? It's the ability to recognize emotions in yourself and in others and react to it. So managing takes the first three and then provides action to it. So you perceive something's going on, okay? you understand what the emotion actually means, and then you manage the emotion. Your emotion or their emotion, you act on it. The management of the emotions is the act of taking the perception and the understanding and then making something happen. So again, a lot of information in just a couple of minutes. I want to try to keep these videos as short as I can. Again, if you want to go out and you want to do some more research and maybe ask some more questions, I will absolutely answer them. If you find something with the video, the way that I presented the ability model that maybe you didn't like or that you think of it differently, by all means put it out there and we'll have a conversation about it. We have one more video in the emotional intelligence series, and if you'd like to propose a topic for the next series, we'll go ahead and do that, and if not, then I'll come up with something. See you next time.